if they love Jesus. And seriously, I got to campus, and I think it was my 4th year or 5th year senior this year, guys. So 4th year, I was coming back to campus. I lived on campus first 2 years. The 3rd year, I moved off, came back 4th year. I saw 180 on campus probably once, I think, the year before, and I said I gotta check it out one day. So I decided to go over there and see what was up, and I was absolutely blown away. Like it was awesome. I was surprised. I'd never seen a contemporary ministry on this campus that would be so fervent, but just like I said, so contemporary. Y'all see a lot of stuff in these videos and all that. So I was like, man, I got to be a part of this. I just kind of had it on my heart. I had to do something. I'm thinking, I don't care. I'll plug in cords. I'll set up chairs, whatever. Just I want to do something. So I went and caught Drew, and Drew was like, hey, we're having a leadership meeting after service. And I was like, well, I'm a leader. I just want to plug in cords. But he was like, come on up. I said, sure. So came up. Drake was talking. I don't remember what he was talking about. He was kind of, I noticed he kept looking at me kind of weird whenever I was up there, because of course, you know, I'm new, and it's kind of obvious I'm one of the only 2 black people in the room, so you can kind of, so I was just kind of chilling, and after service, or after leadership meeting, not service, after leadership meeting, I come up to him and I'm like, hey, my name's Nick, blah, blah, and I'd also just come off of a tour. I was on a Christian hip-hop tour that whole summer. Told a little bit about that. Mentioned my name was KC in the music area, and it was a rap band. I was no longer Nick, I was KC. And he said, let's have lunch. I was like, sure. So we had lunch, and a lunch later, he's talking about me founding a campus ministry chapter on this campus, and I'm like, I want to plug in a cord. Like, how do you get campus ministry out of cord plug-in? It doesn't make sense. But so one step at a time, and I hadn't even led a Bible study, y'all. Like, talk about fresh. Man. I didn't even pray in public for real, unless it was just me and on a bench or something, but I just kind of kept that to myself. Me and Jesus, we can do our thing, y'all can do y'all thing, we all happy. So we just kind of started, meeting up, having lunch a few times, and then started with a Bible study in the cafeteria, about 7 people. 2 or 3 of them were some best friends of mine, so I don't know if it counts as 7, but it counts for me. And so, led my first Bible study. It was fun. It was great. We alternated from week to week. And when I say God moved, man, it was amazing. Because I didn't really want to do it. But one thing that I've definitely learned out of this is, y'all, no matter how much you may be uncomfortable about doing something, if you feel like you need to be in leadership in something with the kingdom, if you have a passion for God, that discomfort will leave as soon as you just step out. If you just step out on faith, it's amazing at how much stuff just starts. Your passion will take over. You will no longer care about who's watching. I had never shared my faith before, but this impact thing that I'm starting up that I didn't even know anything about. I go to the conference in December, and they got us sharing door-to-door in neighborhoods in Atlanta. We're not talking about mansions. We're talking about areas where they're kind of crazy. So we're going from door to door, sharing our faith. I've never shared my faith with people I knew but didn't know well, but these are complete strangers. But man, just sharing my faith there, and then seeing, I spent a lot of time, in my work, not a lot of time sharing it. So to go there, and then God was able to use me to, get 2 or 3 young people saved, and then I converted a Muslim to Christianity, and it's just crazy, and it's just kind of, I'm like, man, God, it's obvious it's not you, because of course you can't. I know I couldn't convert a Muslim on my own. I'd probably get, ate up by that, but just seeing God do that was it was amazing to me, So came back to the campus, and the ministry grew from 7 to probably, go to 10, 14, 15, and then by the end of that same year, we were averaging probably right around 23, and by the next year, we were hitting upwards to 30-ish, and we've outgrown 3 locations. We went from the lunchroom to the HUC to Heritage Hall, and now we're on the 4th location of the Henley Room. Even in the Henley Room, when everybody shows up, bar exams, games, and stuff like that, even the Henley Room can get pretty filled up. So it's amazing seeing what God can do when you just kind of submit. I believe it's one of the biggest catalysts, I think, to my whole walk is how I could go from not sharing my faith with anybody to my first year with Campus Crusades. I was able to lead well over 20 people to Christ. And that's from 0 to 20. That's a pretty big jump, and it was from nothing more than God doesn't desire heavy experience. God doesn't desire a great mind of knowing all of the Bible back and forth. He doesn't even desire you really having everything together. All he desires is a faithful heart. That's it. And he'll grow the rest as stuff goes on. And through discipleship time with Drake and then discipling other people, it can do something to your walk that you wouldn't imagine, you know. And seeing people go from, I talked at Impact last week about how one guy, Paul, y'all met Paul, y'all saw Paul, and he gave his testimony. But Paul, for him to just come as far as he's come from, you know, not really thinking about Christ at the moment, this time last year, he's leading Bible studies, y'all. I mean, he's bringing other people to Christ and building them up and teaching them about the God he loves. And this isn't even a year later, man. I mean, I just want to encourage everybody to, there's only a few weeks left, but get plugged in, meet people. They were talking about people helping out with the Spring Fest table. Man, help out with the table, meet people, do something. So next semester, you can come back just ready to serve, because if you just bring a ready heart, God will really do the rest. He really will, man. And that's it. Cool. Good on time, Jerry?